guys, welcome to today's video. I don't know why I just seem so terrified. It's because the way that I have this set up to film is literally like by a thread. Like if I fall, like it's destined to happen at this point. Oh my gosh. But I just wanted to talk about the year, how it's been, how it went. I filmed a video about this already and I just deleted the footage because I got really like emotional, and I just feel like the last video I put out was very emotional, and I just didn't want to do that twice to you guys. So I just wanted to come back with a little bit more of a positive look back on the year, because it was a good year for me. A lot of people are saying 2017 was awful and like they had such a hard time, but like, oh no man, like I had a great 2017. And I mean, I try not to think that like going through hardships in life equals a bad year. I think that we go through things in life to learn. We go through things in life to experience things and deal with them, and then learn and grow and become more of ourselves as humans as we go through these processes in life. And I don't know, I just think that's so important to remember. So no, I may have gone through some hard times this year, but I also had some great moments that I will love to like remember and cherish, and it's so important to do that. So yeah, let's talk about this year. This year was such a hard yet great year for me. This year taught me so much about myself, and I really just grew into the true person that I am, and it was so amazing. I started off this year as a junior in high school, and I was so ready to start life, you know. I was so ready to just get through junior year, go into senior year, and like just kill it and just really find myself and really like just do this year. Like I remember being like, I got through my depression, like I had a good, like solid, like positive like time in front of me, and I was like this is gonna be a good year. And this is the year I officially came out to, oh look at me in front of my new setup of a gay flag. How do you guys like it, by the way? I really like it. Starting off the new year with a new setup. I think it looks so nice. But yeah, like I came out this year completely. Like it was a process that was longer than just the beginning of this year, obviously. But like I'm out completely. Like everyone knows. Like I don't have anything to hide anymore. Like, hi, Maya Costa, I'm a lesbian. Nice to meet you. Like it feels so good, and I feel like that was such a highlight of my year. And I did some great things this year and fun like activities and stuff with my family, like always, but and like I spent time with my friends. This year I met my internet best friend, and that was really exciting, like in person. I met so many great people on Twitter this year, and just through the Joey community, and I got to meet Joey again. I met Lily Singh this year, which was so cool. And I made it to senior year. What? Haven't made it through yet, but I made it to senior year. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. I did it. There are so many things that this year has brought me, and there's so many things I learned through going through hard times, and I think that's the better way to look at things, is like, yeah, this was really sucky, but like I learned this, and I'm taking this with me into the next year. to learn. And like I know, like I'm not gonna be like delusional and say that 2018 is going to be like the best year ever and I'm gonna have the greatest time and nothing's gonna go wrong and it's gonna be my year, because you can't do that. You have to know that you're gonna hit rock bottom. It may not be as rock bottom as a year before that, but you're gonna hit a rock bottom at some point. You can't go a whole year without having some low point in your life, and you just have to learn to experience like life and realize you're gonna hit those moments and learn how to grow from them. Like I really grew in my religion this year, which is so important to me. My relationship with God is extremely important to me, and if you know me personally, you know how important my relationship with God is. And I met a wonderful girl who has such a strong heart for God, and I honestly just fell in love with her heart for God and her journey and her strength and her faith, and that really inspired me. And I really started to kick myself in the butt with this and be like, come on, Maya, like you need to work on this. You need to stop beating yourself up for being gay and what that says in the Bible. And we're not going to get political or religious in here about that topic. You can believe whatever you want. Like I'm not going to force my beliefs on any of that, but I'm just going to say, for clarification, as far as I believe, that there is nothing in the Bible, if you look at it correctly and in a mature, clear-minded manner, you will realize that in the Bible there is nothing against homosexuality, and it is just the way that God made you, and God loves you all, and he made you the way that you are, because the world is different and everyone is the way that they are. But yes, I met a wonderful girl who helped me grow in my faith, and we're gonna meet next year. It sounds like it's gonna be a year from now, but like in 2018 in April, I'm meeting her for the first time ever, and I'm so excited just to hug her and love her and give her the affection that I've wanted to give her for the months and months of this year when we met, that I wanted to give her. So excited for that. And you know, she taught me what it means to really love someone and what it means to really receive love back, because I feel like a lot in my life I've poured love onto people that didn't give it back to me and were using me for situations, and I was just too fog-minded in love to realize that I was being abused. And she opened my heart up again to love, because after certain experiences I did shelter my heart a lot, and after her fighting to try to get me to talk to her, she definitely showed me how to unlock the chains on my heart and love someone again and pour my love onto someone again and have them pouring their love back onto me, and what that truly feels like, and what it feels like to have love reciprocated, and to care, and what someone that actually cares about you looks like. And that's so important, and I'm so glad that lesson I learned. And again, this year I learned so much about teaching. I think my junior year was so like open-minded for me about learning about teaching, and I really feel like I learned a lot with all Miss Fagundes. You make us write all those lesson plans. Like, I'm sick and tired of lesson plans. By the end of junior year, I wanted to cry. I was like, if I have to write another lesson plan, I'm gonna break down on the floor and cry. I wrote so many lesson plans, but I know how to write a lesson plan so well now. I could write a lesson plan in my sleep, and that is so good to move on with my life, like, because I'm gonna be having to write lesson plans, so many lesson plans, and I'm never gonna get away from writing lesson plans. And as much as it annoyed me in the beginning, I think that was because I just didn't know what I was doing, and again, I learned, and now the process is so much simpler. Like I said, I could write a lesson plan in my sleep. So what was like a gut-wrenching chore for me in the beginning of this year now is just something that I take as a simple task, like, oh, you needed me to write a lesson plan for the center? Done. In 10 minutes, I got you. But before then, it took me like a week to write a lesson plan, and I was like, I'm never gonna be able to do this. I'm never gonna be able to be a teacher because you have to write so many of these, and I'm gonna go crazy. But I can write a lesson plan and no problems now. So that's great. Yeah, I just learned so much about teaching this year. And I think the more that you are experienced in the environment, just the more you learn and the more tactics you pick up, and you realize what's effective and what's not. And I really thank my school for that experience, a hands-on experience with kids, because that's where you really get the skills to realize what works and what doesn't work, and you can tell a kid something like 1,000 times, and sometimes it's just the way that you phrase your words that gets them to do it. Like, I realized this year, which is a good helpful tip, maybe you guys care, maybe you don't, but when you tell a kid, like, don't pick up the block, specifically toddlers, don't pick up that block, they're gonna hear pick up that block, and they pick up the block. So what you gotta tell them to do is what you want them to do. Don't tell them what you don't want them to do, because they don't hear don't, they hear what you say afterwards. So they hear like the directing like outcome of it. They don't hear don't pick up the block, they hear pick up the block. They hear the outcome. Oh, I'm gonna go pick up that block now, is what they're going through their head. So you tell them, oh, we're gonna walk over here, and then they'll walk right past the block and not think about the block. Anyways, probably picking up a block was not a good example. Like, if a kid is spilling their water, you wouldn't say stop spilling your water, you would say let's get a napkin and clean up your water. That's a better example. Okay, because otherwise they're just gonna be like, oh, spill my water, okay, psh, and then we go. So yeah, it's just little simple things that I've learned through this whole experience, and just life, and so many different things. So I'm so grateful. And again, I think if you can take any message from this video, from my year reflection, is that we may have had a hard year, and this may be a hard year for you, but realize that everything you go through, you will learn, and you will have an experience from it, and it'll be a learning year. So don't take a hard, tough year of going through troubles as a bad year, because it wasn't a bad year. It was a year of learning, and really learning about yourself, and learning about life, and how to conquer it, and how to be a real, truthfully yourself. And I think that's so important to remember, that it wasn't a hard year, it was a learning year. Just keep that with you. And remember, as the wonderful Grace Fee ASMR always says, the only constant in life is change. So you gotta have to learn how to embrace it. Anyways, I hope that this video did something to your day and made you smile. If it did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time with a brand new video. Bye!